6-0 last week, wasn't it? But that goal late on, how hard is it to get over those types of results?
Yeah, it is tough. I think we could take positives out of the performance throughout the game. I think we know as a team that we probably had a 20-30 minute spell in that second half where we should have put them away and shouldn't have given them that opportunity to get back in the game. And of course it hurts, but like the gaffer says now, it's 13 games to go, so there's no point dwelling on it. We've got to just go again this Saturday.
And it must be easy to play it over and over again in your minds and think what you could have done better to stop it from happening as well.
Yeah, I think there's all little things which lead up to a goal where you always think if you did something slightly different, each player, I think, then you think it might have been a different outcome. But that's happened now. And as much as it hurts, and it hurt for a few days, that now that all our attention is just towards going forward.
And it might have felt like a defeat, even though you did draw. It might have felt like a defeat, but it did stop the losing run, didn't it, as well?
Yeah, and I don't think the performances were as good in the Saturday previous and on the midweek. It was two away games where we didn't really hit the levels we'd hit previously. So I think the fact that we've actually played better, it wasn't a point of a poor performance. It was an unfortunate point, you'd say.
Yeah, and there's still a long way to go. A lot of points to play for. But would you say you need to win quickly because you've not won your last three, have you? So is it important to get a win on Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's very important that we've got two away games coming up against two teams which are in and around fighting for the same sort of goal as we are. So a win would be as good for us as it would be against a team which are also fighting for that place, so it would damage them. So of course we need to get back to winning games, and that there's probably the run of games we've got coming up, there's no better way to really get going.
And how good has it been to get a full week's training this week, or would you rather play midweek?
It changes, I guess, depending on if you've got the momentum. It's good when you go in week and going on the Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, but because we've had a little spell where we've not picked up as many points, it's probably been quite good to just take a breath, have a bit of a week where we can go on the training pitch and work hard, and we can get a few things ironed out going into Saturday.
And when we speak to the manager, he never gets carried away with wins. He never gets carried away with defeats. Is that good for a player as well?
Yeah, I think that's throughout the whole squad now. I think we all have the same goal within the club, and we have the same goal the fans expect. So no one gets too high, too low, because where we finish is where we'll be. So we need to keep winning games sooner rather than later and try and create that little gap between those in the fourth place.
And because you've been sitting second for 6 weeks or so, do you feel sides want to beat you even more now because you're there? You're going to be a scout for those teams as well.
Yeah, I think we are. When you play against teams at the top, you have that extra edge to beat them. I think when teams come to Prenton Park, they do see it as it's been a bit of a fortress, so it's an incentive for a team to try and go and end that sort of run we've had there. So of course teams will play more, but that's up to us to then maintain our standards and maintain our levels and do our job. And
you have got a couple of good, tough games coming up, but it's not long till the end of the season either. But this must all excite you as players as well.
Yeah, it is. It's game by game. Don't try and look too far ahead, but we all know what's at stake, and we need to put a few wins together and create that gap again, and gives ourselves a bit of breathing space. I
know you played a lot with Kieran Morris down that left-hand side, and you had that good understanding. But you've been playing with Josh Hawkes as well. Has that been easy to get the understanding between you two as well?
Yeah, Josh has been here a while now, and we've developed quite a good relationship together. We both know each other's game. We know what the manager expects from us in terms of positionally. So yeah, it's been good playing with Josh. He's right-footed. He likes to come in off the line. I like to get around him. We've put up quite a good partnership together now.
And he likes to score a nice goal, doesn't he, as well? He's got a real good talent, hasn't he, as well? You probably see him score more goals, hopefully.
Yeah, both our wingers have got great long-range shots, which is another asset for us to have. And the more goals which Josh and Kieran can chip in with is only going to help benefit this team.
And finally, for me, Newport, the games against Newport and Tranmere, they're always quite tight affairs as well. So it's really important to take those chances when you do get them.
Yeah, I think pretty much every game in this league often is quite tight, isn't it? There's not much in it. It's about taking your chances when they come, and if we can get back to taking our chances and keeping clean sheets like the record we had, which was so strong previous, then we'll have a good chance.
Brilliant. Good luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cal, you're right, mate.
How you doing?
So Tranmere still have the best defence in the league in terms of goals against. What part do you think you play in that?
I think we all play our own role, and my role's stopping that ball coming down my side, really, stopping the crosses, defending the back post, the same as any fullback's job really is defensively. And alongside Clarkey on my side, we try to stop anything coming down our side, yeah.
And then how important is it for you to be able to go the other way as well and help out on attack?
Yeah, I think that's big for fullbacks nowadays in the modern game, to be able to do both. And the more we can get forward and the more we can chip in with assists, it's going to help get more victories.
And obviously it's been a few tough results in a row now. Where do you think the team has fallen short?
I think they've been, like other games, they've been very, very fine margins. We've had, what did we have? We had Warsaw, we had a penalty in the last minute. We would have took a point, which we probably would have taken the way the game went, but it was a penalty. Then we had an own goal in the game after. So it's just such small margins in games which have gone our way at times previous. So we just need to get back on the right side of these sort of margins, and the results will come back.
Yeah, I suppose it's easy to stay focused when those fine margins are going your way, but when they're not, is there ever a moment when you're sort of looking over your shoulder at the teams underneath you, or are you just still focused on maintaining where you are?
No, it's obviously, when you look at the table, it's nice to keep that gap, but we know that it makes no difference how the other teams do. We know that if we hit a certain number of games, a certain number of points, that we'll go up either way, depending on what everyone else does. And normally in the league, 80 points gets you up, which we know how many wins that takes. So we set ourselves little targets game by game, and that's what we're aiming to achieve.
And then how's the atmosphere been in training this week? With the week off now, you've all been able to sort of let your bodies recover. Has it been a good, positive atmosphere going into Saturday's game? Yeah,
it always is here, whether we win, lose or draw. But when we come in on the Monday or the Tuesday, it's back to focus on the Saturday coming, and it's a new game and it's a new opportunity for all of us.